My name is Brian Theiss. I'm the owner and operator of Theiss Institute. We've been in business now for 26 years and serves the clientele from around the world. I've been in this industry about 26 years now. In that period of time, I've worked with over 15,000 clients from around the world. In the process of doing that, I've been highly awarded for setting the educational standards in the industry for 14 consecutive years. In 2009, I was awarded the #1 health and fitness consultant in America. I've also been awarded for 7 consecutive years for having the best working model in the country. The G-Sycle is a piece of equipment that's probably 20 years ahead of its time. And the reason for that is that it's a very sophisticated piece of equipment. You have to be responsible on the equipment. And one of the things that I truly like about it is as we go through society, we do these very linear movements. So we create a process called bilateral asymmetry, and this attacks that problem immediately. The G-Sycle, again, it's way ahead of its time, and the obvious things that we see is that it works your glutes, your hamstrings, etc. But what isn't obvious, that it works the flexors, rotators, and extensors of your spine, your hips, your knees, and your ankles. And again, that is really why it's above its time or beyond its time. And again, you need to have a clientele that's very knowledgeable on how to utilize this specific piece of equipment. You know, when they first approach it, it's such a friendly piece. And when you look at it, it's very nice to approach. And the problem that we see with this isn't when people have joint problems, it's not because of the G-Sycle, it's because of their lifestyles aren't conducive to bilateral movement. They're just deconditioned, joint-wise. The biggest reasons why you really want to acquire the G-Sycle and put it into your normal repertoire is that, again, it builds your bilateral symmetry. It also builds the strengths of the flexors, rotators, and extensors in your system, and that is what's going to propel you as we start to get into the aging process. They love it, the clientele, and again, and the reason that's important is that our clientele are 95% business professionals. These are the most educated people on the planet. They have more things available to them. They've been on every single piece you can think of and pieces you can't even think of. So when they give us their endorsement on the piece, that's really saying something here. If I really had to summarize that G-Sycle, again, it's really 20 years above its time. It's so sophisticated in such a great application that you truly need an educated person on there because you have to be responsible. You guys have built a phenomenal piece of equipment there because remember, it's the educated piece.